Ready?
No. I'm just kidding.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey.
Welcome to the Full
Hello.
Timers Podcast. I am Vila,
I'm Ricky.
and our friend of the show.
Roeun.
Did you forget your name?
Yeah.
You almost forgot your name. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
I'm full. We just had dinner.
Yeah, dinner was good.
Yeah, had Mexican food. Those beans and rice got to my stomach.
Yeah, I had a taco salad.
Lots of hot sauce.
Lots of the green stuff, the
Yeah.
El Yucateco.
Yeah.
Teke?
Yeah.
Tecos? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long 2 weeks since we last did a show.
Yeah.
A lot has happened in my personal life. How about y'all?
I got a new desk. That's about it.
You got a new desk, get the kind that raises up
Up and down.
Up and down.
with the press of a button. That's nuts.
I like it a lot.
What made you look into the rising desk? And you also have a curvature in the desk too. So
Oh yeah, the contour.
yeah, what made you get into that?
I like the ergonomics of it, and with my old desk, it felt like a little too high for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I just looked into it because
It-
sometimes I like standing, sometimes I like sitting and adjusting heights. You know,
Yeah.
all the ergonomics of
So
it.
on his motorized desk, he has 4 program buttons, one of which is for eating. So I don't know
Yep.
Yeah.
what's the height on that one. Is it where you cross your legs?
Yeah, sometimes I like to cross my legs because at my the gaming height, it's too low for that.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking to a new desk too because I had made a janky old desk out of found pallets, like old skids.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And kind
Yeah,
of
do it yourself.
it's kind of cheap and raggedy, so I might just get a real one next time.
Yeah.
So, past 2 weeks, obviously we were off from the last episode.
Yes.
This topic or this week's episode is on stress.
Stress.
Yes, stress. I know I'm sure some of us have dealt with stress in some sort of fashion.
Yeah.
Ricky shaking his head.
So, yeah.
Sorry. Just to preface this episode, we are not experts in the field of mental health, nor experts or able to give advice. So we're just talking about how we deal with stress and
Yeah. Between the three of us, how we deal with it.
the stress we go through,
Yeah.
some sort of fashion.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. I guess everybody has stress in their life some way, somehow, or something in general is given to you, or you have to deal with something.
Yeah.
So let's talk about stress.
Have you had stress? What kind of stress do you deal with?
I'll probably say customer service.
So work related stuff.
Yeah, work related stuff, dealing with people and talking to people. Not be trying to be mad with anybody, or try to let somebody else handle the situation if need be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find customer service the worst. I can't stand it. It
Yeah.
stresses me out the most too.
Yeah, I remember when I was at my very first job in high school at a restaurant, dealing with customers was the worst because either they're always picky and trying to get free stuff out of you and give you a hard time and going about it. And yeah, it's just stuff. Dealing with people in general kind of stresses me out
Yeah.
for the most part. Do you have work related stress too?
Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah.
even now?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, thankfully, I don't have to deal too much with, people.
Customers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
customers here and there, but it's not like in large volume. So
Mhm.
I can handle it. But stresses at work. Things that aren't guaranteed, I guess, would stress me out. Like if I'm doing, because, I do a lot of repairs on electronics and this
Mhm.
and that. If I don't know what I'm getting into,
Mm-hmm.
then I guess that'll stress me out because like uncertainty in
Yeah.
general stresses me out.
That's right.
Like not having control of the outcome.
Yeah, exactly.
speak,
Well, sometimes. What I would say about that is that
I mean, not just work related, but just in general, like not having control of your fate of something.
control. Nah, not really. I don't know. I don't think I'm getting at that because
Mhm.
I feel like if there's something I'm not in control of, like just zero control, I feel like I would be less stressed about that just because there's nothing I can do, you know. But if I
think I'm the opposite.
yeah,
Yeah, because I feel like not so much of a control freak, but like if I don't have control of a situation and I don't know what the outcome is, I feel like the burden will be placed on me.
and it'll be more stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. See,
Like
like
the burden part of it.
yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm saying it right either.
I think I get you. Like if you had the chance to control the outcome, but it's not guaranteed, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess the pressure of people expecting one thing to work out,
Yes.
and that pressure's on you because you're that one person to make something work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I think that's
I hear you.
what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if it's totally out of my control, then I feel like there's really not anything you can stress about.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless it's like super tragic, whatever the
Yeah.
situation is, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, for me, I've been dealing with some work-related stress mostly in the past maybe month, some change. At my job, lately I haven't had much of a. This is not a knock to my current work situation. It's just I think it's just me, but I haven't had much of a work-life balance. And I'm used to having a work-life balance because I'm constantly like I have things I want to work on my own, and lately I haven't been able to work on those things.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing stuff for my job.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
I think I've been spoiled with having a gig a few years ago where I could just leave the work at work and not worry about it when I go home. But I'm sure, I talked to some friends that are in the same kind of industry, and they work a lot too, just as much, if not more, like at home, not on their side project, but for their work. But yeah, I've been dealing with that kind of thing lately, like mentally, and I had a conversation with the management and the owners and higher ups, I guess you would call them, and they agree that I haven't been myself lately, and they've seen that, and we mutually agree that it's not working out for me. So I've been looking for a job since then. But I feel a lot better now because that is out in the air now, and they know what's going on, and luckily I have something lined up next week. Hopefully that works out too. So
yeah,
that's that kind of stuff I've been dealing with lately. But outside of work stuff, like even just regular life, I feel a little stressed out too because I don't know if it's just me being spoiled or whatever, but I've been looking for a new place to stay also because I think my time at home is running thin. I don't know if you feel the same way, Roeun, because you're still with your peoples.
Yeah, I'm still with my parents. Yeah, time for me to branch out and leave the bird's nest.
Yeah. Ricky, you're here already on your own.
Yeah, he's on his own. Yep.
got my own apartment. The roommate.
Yeah, did you feel at all, before you moved out, did you feel at all any kind of stress at home? Like, you just need to get your own space? I think that's what it is for me. I just need my own space, you know?
Yeah. For me, it wasn't like a huge, like a burning desire, like I gotta get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the sense that they're like, I guess it was like too crowded at home, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like I had to do it for me, like, just like be more independent, you know.
Yeah.
And just go on my own. See how that's like.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I feel that way also. Like, I need to see what I'm made of. Like, if I can make it out independently.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can. It's just the right timing and also money wise too. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think timing is important about it. You got to make sure you're in the right mindset.
And money set.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. It's like number 2 on my list.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah, I mean, life stresses, outside of money, there's other factors that that bothers me too.
Mm.
You know, also politics, especially with today's current political landscape.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like we're dealing more of, you know, open racism now. I'm sure racism's always been around, but people are being more emboldened to being discriminatory.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all feel the same way. I mean, I do seen people around and kind of on the fence of being near people these days. I don't know. Do y'all feel the same way when y'all think about politics? Does politics ever bother you in a sense?
Sure, like it bothers me to a certain extent, but sometimes it's just like too much, so I just kind of don't worry about it. It might be a
Yeah.
bad thing, but like I don't know. It's just me. Like again, like I don't think I can completely control that situation.
Mhm.
Like that's somewhat out of my control. I know there's
Yeah.
stuff I can do, but most of the majority of it is out of my hands. So.
Yeah. Like you, Roeun.
I feel the same way. I mean, I'll have a point to where, yeah, it's politics, and then a point where I don't care or be like, yeah, just leave me alone about politics. Yeah, I mean, politics is politics. I don't really get into it. I mean, I have my own, like, you know, the way I probably talk about it or handle it. But yeah.
Have y'all been paying attention to the Democratic nominee run, whatever's going on?
Nah.
Not really.
Yeah.
Not too much. I've seen some people like, oh, they're gonna run in this, but I don't remember any names.
Yeah,
anything.
I don't know who put their bid in or what their policies are. So I do feel like I should be a responsible American adult and look into all. But yeah, I'll probably do that later. Not sure.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
What else grinds your gears in this stress related field?
I think it's just work for me. Like
Yeah, I hear you, Ricky.
personal life is, I think it's just fine.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it, you know, financially, and I have enough free time
Mm-hmm.
to do the things I like. Yeah, when I get home, it's just relaxing. And recently, even at work, it's been not very stressful.
Yeah.
So that's good.
You think it's a downtime thing or is it?
Yeah, probably that. But yeah, and also at the same time, I think I've been like learned how to better manage stress, I think.
Yeah. So how do y'all, on that note, how do y'all manage your stress or deal with it?
I think the first thing to do is just think it through.
Right.
I mean, it might be a cliche, but take a deep breath, as they say, and just try to process stuff in your head first before making any rash decisions.
Yeah. For me, usually, when I'm feeling like, going back, kind of rewind a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know when you are feeling stressed? Like, what is the signs?
Oh, the symptoms of stress.
Yeah. Like, everybody's different, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for me, I guess when I know I'm stressed is when I'm thinking too much about something, or when I just feel like a lack of energy, a lack of enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to pinpoint for me.
Right.
Yeah. What about you?
For me, I feel like everyone gets this, like a weight on your shoulders, like
Mhm.
kind of like dread, I guess.
Yeah.
Like you just feel pushed down. There's that, and then sometimes I don't like to talk to people when I'm stressed.
Yeah.
Like I just don't want to hear anybody or talk to them, you know.
Mhm.
Or sometimes I'd be like, oh, just leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that to them, but I just wouldn't want to talk, I guess,
Mhm.
if I'm really stressed out. What else? I don't know, just like a bad mindset, I guess, when I'm stressed. Just
Yeah. The feeling of the weight on your shoulders is definitely a sign for me. But yeah, dealing with it, I've learned, like you said, cliche to say, but just take a deep breath and one day at a time, I guess.
yeah.
I usually just go to the gym and burn out, just get some physical energy out.
Mm.
That's how I deal with my stress.
Yeah.
Kinda.
That always helps.
Yeah. Any other ways y'all deal with your stress?
Talk to people.
Yeah.
That's my way of getting
Yeah,
rid of stress.
That's one. Yeah.
good or bad, or you get help or something.
Yeah, I would say talk to the right people. Like I know I said when I'm in the moment of stress.
Yeah, like Vila said about his field of how the people come.
It's weird because usually,
Yeah, saying the people in your field. Sorry about that, guys. I had to take a drink real quick. But yeah, because my mouth was kind of dry. So yeah,
it's cool.
yeah. But like I'm saying, depending on what field it is, I'll talk to the person about that subject, or that subject will click in my head, be like, I want to know about it, or what is it, or how explain it to you.
Right? Yeah. Like talk to someone who can help you. When I said like like I don't want to talk to anybody, I should say like talk to anyone who I guess can't help me. You know, I don't know if that's like mean to say, but
I know what you're saying. Maybe like talking to someone that understands.
Yeah, someone that understands
Yeah.
or can help you.
I think that's maybe a downfall. I don't know if that's the right word, but a downfall for me is like I don't know who I would talk to. So usually I keep it bottled up.
Yeah.
And I know that's
good.
that's bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, usually, yeah. I mean, if I don't have anybody to talk to, I just, like I said earlier, I just go do some physical exercises, just get stress out there. I know keeping it bottled up is not healthy because I feel like it does fester sometimes, and it could come out in a big explosion sometimes. Yeah. I mean, do you have people you talk to?
Yeah, it depends on what the situation
Yeah.
is. Like if it's work related, I got coworkers I can talk to that.
Because they could relate.
Yeah.
As far as work goes.
Yeah. And then stress in like personal situations. My uncle Tino, he's great to talk to about pretty much anything. So that's definitely a go-to.
He's always full of life too. Every time I see him.
Yeah.
I think having nobody to talk to is a bad thing.
Yeah, so it kind of sucks.
I don't know. I mean, usually I would just write it down and then not look at it again. I guess that's another way of getting it out, but then again, it's not really getting out.
Right.
I don't know. It's strange. I have a thing that says, what everyday mundane activities would spark your anxiety? Do you have anxiety? Ever feel it?
Less now that I'm older. Like I feel like the older I get, the less anxiety I start to feel.
Right.
Like I know how you're talking about being nervous for an interview. Like things like that, like coming up into the future that is gonna happen. I found that like most times for me when I do have kind of those appointment kind of things, not interviews per se, but like just
like
gotta be somewhere. Yeah, stuff like that. I feel like I won't feel anxiety until like the drive over to where we're supposed to go. Yeah. Like days before, the night before, anything, I'm like fine. Or I guess sometimes during whatever I'm supposed to do. But yeah, like sometimes my cousin Jeremy, he'll ask me, I was like, are you nervous about this or that? And I was like, and then I always tell him, not yet, because it'll probably happen. But at the moment, like I'm just not stressed about it because, again, like whatever happens going to happen, I feel like, for me.
Yeah.
And stressing about it wouldn't help my situation.
Yeah. For me, like everyday stuff that kind of elevates my anxiety, like I said, like you mentioned, but we talked about earlier, was interviews, job interviews. It's like, I guess in a situation where I'm being put on the spot to talk about myself and try to sell.
Yeah,
to sell myself.
Yeah, because there's a lot of factors to think about, like a lot of things going through your head.
And I feel like you really don't need to think about all that stuff. It's like you shouldn't have to think about that because that is out of control, like what people think of you. But with that in the back of my mind, I kind of psych myself out and get too worried about what I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I think it's like, some of it's like basic human instinct, right? To I guess kind of overthink things,
I think this is part of our personality traits too. You think? Because I know we took our test. I'm an introvert, something, and you're also introvert, something.
Something, yeah.
I think Roeun, you're an extrovert. So
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I feel like all this stress related stuff and anxiety, it could relate to our personality traits,
Yeah.
right?
I think so. I mean, yeah, there's some people who don't ever get stressed or
Yeah.
Or
have
there's-
anxiety
or-
about anything.
Or it can be some people that are stressed out and they don't want to tell anybody about it. Or
Yeah, that's
like
another
all the time.
That's
Or-
another thing too. Like some people who are stressed out and probably worse, they don't show it at all, and you can't even tell.
Yeah, they just keep it to themselves.
And I mentioned it, like not having somebody to talk to or not having a way to vent it out is unhealthy. I just can't imagine what people that actually don't let it out at all.
Yeah, and some people have chronic anxiety, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel terrible for people who have that. It's just constant.
Yeah.
Yeah, no good.
I think one of the worst, not worst, one of the things that I could never find myself getting the hang of or used to is public speaking.
Me too.
You ever had to do a
Public speech.
yeah, like even like in I can't remember, like middle school, I had to present a paper in front of the class. Even that gave me so much anxiety.
Yeah, same.
I remember one time in elementary school I had to do that for I think my graduation for the DARE class.
Yeah, that gave me anxiety too. I remember that because
Yeah.
I didn't, because I wasn't sure if I wrote the paper right, because I was being so self-conscious of what I wrote.
Right.
I don't know if it's just right or not.
Yeah.
I guess it's a situation like, is what I'm saying accurate, and are people judging me right now?
Yeah, like making sure you're saying the right things and like at the right pace, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
Like yeah, when I have to do like speeches in front of the class or whatever, I always feel like I like talk too fast, you know.
Yeah. That, and like, can they tell I'm nervous, and
Yeah, exactly.
can they see me sweating under my shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another situation where I kind of had anxiety. You were there, Ricky. We went to an old coworker's birthday party at a hotel.
Oh God.
Oh
How
yeah.
How did that turn out, guys?
We'll save that whole night for another episode. But so I was hired 2 years ago, to film a birthday party at a club in downtown, and the atmosphere wasn't something I was used to, for sure, Ricky. I know it wasn't something you were used to.
No, that was brand new to me.
So the first stop was at a hotel room that he had got for a night. And there was a lot of people in there, basically a hotel party before the party. And I was nervous because, I didn't know the crowd I knew the crowd he hung out with, but I didn't know to what degree. Obviously, we've seen stereotypes of, on TV music videos, stuff like that. And it was like that.
Yeah, it really was.
I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to put him on the spot or save it for another show. But I was just anxious because I got in there wearing a pretty nice button-up shirt, and they were wearing the opposite.
The opposite of a button-up shirt.
What is the opposite?
A white T-shirt.
Pretty much. And yeah, it was not my crowd, and I was feeling like a wallflower, just observing everything with my camera, trying to film some stuff. Situation where I didn't ever think I would be in.
Yeah.
And then we got to the club. Definitely not a situation we were not expecting to be in.
That was something else.
Ricky, you could chime in on your experience and
man.
whatever you were feeling.
It was just so loud, and I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I think we just kind of stood there and just.
We were.
While everyone else
We
was
were
like,
wallflowers.
Yeah.
Wallflowers.
Everyone else was having a good time dancing. and all
I
that.
only had like 2 light drinks
Uh-huh.
that night. I can't remember how much you had at the
Um,
hotel and at the club. I don't
Oh
remember.
yeah.
I didn't drink anything at the hotel. At the club.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I did either, but at the hotel I did, and I think that alleviated anxiety for me. Like I didn't feel
Yeah.
nervous or anything after.
Yeah.
I was a little bit tipsy.
We're also not endorsing heavy drinking, so.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not.
Especially if you're feeling stressed out, you don't have to drink.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just remember. I don't know if it's just this is part of stress or anxiety, but I knew for me, after 1 hour in the club, I was done. I think it was mostly sensor overload, and I got tired.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we had 2 hours left or 3 hours left in the club.
Crazy.
There's a lot of bumping and grinding at the club.
You're just standing there. Like,
I didn't know what to do. I was at one point I was standing on a couch because there was nowhere else to stand.
oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I had my shoes on and I had my heavy ass camera with me. And oh god, I don't know.
Yeah, that wasn't the best.
Weird night. I don't know if I would say it was a fun night, but it was definitely a new experience.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay. How do we deal with stress? We talked about that.
Yep.
Have you guys ever dealt with something that's a little bit more than stress? Like, has it gone to something like depression?
Oh. Well, I don't think it's fair to call it depression.
Yeah. We're not experts in this, so I haven't seen an expert. So whatever it is, like, have you felt like the lowest point, I guess?
Yeah. So, was it maybe 3 years ago when, you and I, Vila, were working at the same place.
Mm-hmm.
It was during the holiday season,
Mm-hmm.
and it just got busy at our place. I was repairing things as fast as I could, as much as I could, and it was just
Overwhelming.
very overwhelming. I just got overloaded and I just couldn't do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of broke down there at work.
Yeah.
Lucky my friend Ozef, shouts out to him, was there to kind of help me out.
Mm-hmm.
Go through all the motions and
Yeah.
processing and all that.
And I wasn't there for that,
No.
but I heard, like, because I remember the next day, because my role was shipping stuff, and I got into the job next day and realized you and everybody else weren't there. I was asking where's everybody?
Yeah.
And then your uncle said they're taking a few days off. Was it a week off or something like that?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. But yeah, I remember being at that point. It was just like, I felt like everything was just hopeless and there was like no point in anything.
Yeah.
And just a really dark place, the darkest place.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the lowest point I've ever been.
I hear that. For me, work related wise, yeah, it was at that time. Obviously, I had graduated from college already. Still couldn't get my feet wet in whatever field I wanted to be into. So I took that job. Not much. And at one point, I was like, "Is this all that I'm worth now?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I don't know if you have this thought or thinking before, but like, is this the rest of my life, or can I achieve more? And at one point when I was there, I was like, I don't know if I could.
Right.
I mean, we got out of it and we're doing better now, obviously, but that was one of the moments where I just didn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much feeling overwhelmed, it was just like,
You didn't know
what am I doing, like,
right.
what am I gonna do?
Yeah. You didn't know what was coming in next.
Mm-hmm. And like, how would I get there, kind of thing.
Yeah.
We're fine now, obviously.
Oh yeah, it's great now. Like,
yeah, we're fine.
I think that experience, my experience, really made me stronger.
Yeah, it did teach me a lot. I'm sure it taught you and everyone else a lot too.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Roeun, you got any?
Yeah, you ever had a very low moment? You don't have to go too deep into it if you don't want to, but like,
Yeah.
have you ever been there?
Yeah, I had to deal with something that is probably more than stressing, like where it freaking made me break down and be like, oh man, why?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How'd you get yourself out of it?
Probably dealing with it, or trying not to think about it.
Is that a healthy thing to do? Like, just put it away? I mean, sometimes it could
for
be,
a certain amount of time,
depending on what it is or what the situation may be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and an age factor too, probably.
As your physical age, you mean?
Yeah, as far as your logic about it, being logic about it, I think maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I think it depends on the situation and
The situation and probably how you how you observe and handle the situation and who's around you or your setting.
Yeah. Are there ever moments where you look back at something you were stressed out about and just laugh at it?
Yeah.
Like in hindsight?
Yeah.
Yeah, like almost everything.
Like the old job?
High school.
Yeah.
There are moments we laugh
School,
at it now.
college,
Oh, yeah,
Regardless
for
of
sure.
how
elementary school.
deep it went.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of I feel like a lot of the things that I have been stressed about in the past or have
Mm-hmm.
had anxiety about wasn't really a big deal.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it I don't remember, you know? Saying so it wasn't that important, I guess.
I'm trying to think back as a kid. What did I stress about? Even feel like the weight of as a kid.
Mm.
Maybe making our parents proud in school.
Yeah.
Grades
Graduation.
and stuff.
I was a bad
Going to
kid,
college.
kind of, so I wasn't worried about it. I wasn't worried about getting in trouble when I didn't do my homework, which
Yeah.
happened.
That's not so much not doing your homework. It's like getting a B.
Oh, no, I didn't feel that pressure.
Yeah,
Even though,
it was mostly my mom.
yeah.
No.
Even though my parents expected me to get good grades and stuff, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
In the last episode, we talked about social media. Ricky, obviously, you're not on it.
Mm.
Roeun, you're on it. I'm on it.
Yeah.
Ricky, are you familiar with the term FOMO?
Yeah, fear of missing out.
Yeah. So, on social media, people post stuff about their life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's fabricated.
Yeah.
Just like
Or-
people would take pictures just to show off on social media, but
Or-
they're not
or-
really living that life.
Or people
Yeah.
just try to fake it and try to say, "Look at me, look at blah blah blah."
So I think, Roeun, this question is more for you. Like, how when you see people on social media, quote unquote, living it up, do you have that feeling of fear of missing out,
No,
FOMO?
no.
Sometimes I do.
I mean, I do the social media thing too, but it wouldn't probably be like to the extreme. Like, oh,
Yeah.
look at me, I have $1,000 on the table. Oh, look at me.
No, I'm saying like when you see people on there,
people.
when you see other people on
Yeah,
there.
I just scroll up like normal.
Yeah.
Just going about my day like I'm reading the article.
See, I know what you're talking about, but I remember hearing this quote or something. It was like, I'm kind of paraphrasing, but it was like something like, "Don't compare your life to someone else's highlight reel."
Yeah.
So when people post on social media,
They only post the good stuff.
yeah, only the good times. You don't see their lower points or when they're
Mhm.
stressed out or anything like that. So I mean, yeah, social media, it's good to put what you want on there, not what you don't want.
Exactly. It's curated.
Yeah.
But like when I see some of my friends on Facebook or whatever posting of like them getting engaged or them buying a house or doing it up and starting, I don't know, a business,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm missing out. I guess this doesn't have to be in social media, but like when your friends get engaged or married or get a house, something like that, do you feel like you're behind
Or have kids. Yeah.
in this weird thing we call life? Do you feel
Right.
like we're behind on this thing?
Honestly, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Every time I hear about good news like that about other people, friends, family,
Yeah.
I feel really happy for them,
Yeah.
genuinely. But I don't look at myself and try to compare. I think.
Not really comparing, but like thinking, am I too late in this game now, kind of thing, or am I?
Right. Yeah, no, not really.
Yeah.
I just live my life how I like to, I guess.
Yeah. I wonder how much of this goes back to like that old idea or old concept of the American dream / nuclear family type thing.
Yeah.
Because our parents are immigrants, and I don't know if they bought into or believed into that American dream
I think
stereotype, whatever.
extent,
Is
yeah.
that the right word, stereotype?
Mhm.
Which is, what is it? Having a home,
White picket fence,
white picket fence,
big house, big family.
a job, and be able to support your family.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously that American dream has changed, but some folks still hold on to that.
Yeah, they don't see the change.
Yeah, 'cause
Like that's not sustainable
you
for
can't-
most people.
you can't have a job these days. I have right now 2 jobs. and I'm barely sustaining myself.
Yeah, things changed.
Yeah. And then, like, how much, like, back to, seeing your friends getting married and stuff. At
Mhm.
one point, I did feel like I was behind, I guess, in life. But then again, I've changed my mindset on that, and I'm still, I guess, in my prime. Are you in your prime?
Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking about this today,
Yeah.
like in the shower. I was like,
Yeah.
just think in the shower sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, man, I don't know if I want to say I'm in my prime right now, because like I feel like every year, like I've improved in some way.
Yeah, me too.
That's a
Like
good thing.
yeah, like it keeps getting better and better in some shape or form.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if this is my prime, that would be great. I would love it. But I still don't know for me personally if I've hit it yet. I don't think it's past at all. I mean,
Yeah.
So,
I thought about this too. That's why I kind of brought up the question. It's for me. I still feel like my good years are still to come.
yeah,
If I'm not in it now.
yeah, that's a good way to sum
Mhm.
up my experience, because I feel like at I don't know, like 21 to I guess like 25 or something.
Mhm.
I felt like, oh, it's not gonna get any better than this. I'm young and
Mhm.
and this and that. But yeah, the older I get, the better things seem to get
Yeah.
as it goes along. So
I know for sure college was not my prime, and that was what age? 18 to 22. After college, I was getting some money, but not extravagant. Now, like, I think right now, it's the best I've ever been, financially, mentally, and physically, health wise.
yeah,
But I do still feel like more is it's gonna
more to
get
come.
better,
Yeah,
because I feel like I have more goals now that are more concrete, not just hoping for things.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Roeun, you're older than us. Are you about to hit your prime?
Nah, I think I'm past my prime now.
Dang.
I just had a birthday, guys. Remember?
Oh yeah, what are you,
Sure.
39?
Yeah, 39. So next year I'm going to be the big 40, and yeah, and I guess be happy and look to that doctor visit.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you say you're past your prime.
I don't know, maybe or I'll take it back. I might be still in my prime.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna ask what years do you think your prime was,
yeah.
but
I'd say probably high school, college, young, knowing everything, asking questions, and then probably after college, being in the real world and having a job, supporting mom and dad,
That's another thing. I guess let's go back to the American dream concept when you brought that up, Roeun. So I went to school, graduated. My parents expected me to have a job right away because they thought that's how it works.
mm-hmm.
Being children of immigrants that didn't really know culture change in America, they knew that one culture when they came in. They didn't realize that that job hunting was hard now after college.
Yeah.
I know you didn't go to college.
Mm-hmm.
How did your mom take that? Were they supportive? Was she supportive?
I think a little disappointed. I mean,
Yeah.
it worked out in the end. I think she's happy where I'm at
Mhm.
right now, or I hope so.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, like I think she believed in the American dream and all that
Mhm.
too. So it's like I'm not going to college, and that's like crazy talk,
Mhm.
to her. It's like because that's like a thing you just do
Like, yeah.
in parents' eyes,
Yeah.
or in our parents' eyes, anyways. So yeah, that was tough.
When did
for her to
she?
understand.
Yeah. When did she like understood that you're okay now? Like, at what moment?
I don't know if she's completely okay still to this day,
She wants you to do more.
Always, but
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying
true.
like,
Yeah.
but she doesn't like, what do you call it? She doesn't
Put too much pressure on you.
Yeah, like pressure me, like question me about, oh, are you going back to school? Or when or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think because now that I have a job, you know, and can support myself,
Yeah.
then that's
She's kind of less worried.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
More of the pressure is from my mom. At least growing up, she always wanted me to go to college, obviously,
Yeah.
and then study to be something great, like a doctor or a lawyer.
Yep.
And then, and she wants me to be rich. Also, she wants half the money. Like, you're supposed to take care of me and such stuff.
Yeah.
And do you not know what America is right now? It's funny because when I was in college, obviously when I told him I wanted to go to art school, my dad, he was a little off put by it, but he also realized he had to be supportive,
Mm-hmm.
which he is. My mom, not so much. She, obviously, like, what kind of job can you get out of that, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's funny was because whenever things go wrong in the house, like if the washing machine doesn't work, she was like, how come you couldn't go to school to be an engineer?
You could have fixed this.
Yeah. And then she was like, when the car doesn't work, she was like, how come you couldn't be a mechanic? And when she's sick, how come you come to school be a doctor? It's like, what do you want me to do? It's like one of the things, you gotta pick one. And I guess it's like a subtle, passive way of putting pressure on your kid. Like, that's another thing. When parents put pressure on the kids, it's not healthy. Because it sticks with the kids because they think that's how you're supposed to do things.
Yeah, and yeah, to speak on that, like especially like our parents, like you know, from another country and all that, and they have an idea of what the American dream is supposed to be, versus what's realistic. Sometimes that pressure of trying to live that dream, like as a child growing up, you kind of like have to balance between the two, between what's realistic and the American dream, like what you're quote supposed to do, you know. So you gotta figure out what's best for you, but also what you should do, to succeed. And I don't think you can lean in 100% one way or the other.
Yeah.
And with our parents, it was, I guess, it's hard to kind of balance that, you know.
Yeah, I know it's hard when they got here because one, they had a language barrier, two, cultural differences, and three, raising kids in a totally different world they don't know. So
yeah.
I understand that the pressure they went through and the stress they went through and all that stuff, and I'm sure it's a lot worse than what we are going through. And I mean, I don't want to compare mental stress health with other ones because that's not fair to say or anything, but
yeah,
if we were put in that situation, going to a different country where they don't understand you and you can't understand them, don't know what the culture is, so I mean, it's just hard for me to imagine how I would survive in that.
Yeah.
Also, how much of it you think of Cambodian culture, our culture, plays a part in stress, like the stress that we like. I know we wanted to do an episode on Cambodian culture, Cambodian American culture. Is there any of that could stem into the stresses that we deal with? Like the idea of being like a perfect child kind of thing. I guess it's just Asian culture, period.
Yeah, probably.
Like not disappointing your parents.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's also in American culture.
Yeah.
More so less from what I understand.
Yeah.
Having a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think it's classism.
Yeah.
It's Asian culture. You think?
Yeah, I think I could see that now that I'm a little older.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that, the classism.
How much of that you think plays into, like, inherently plays into us?
I think your family does, to an extent, expect you to be a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Not to stoop to a level that they deem acceptable. I don't know where that line is, but sometimes I get that feeling that there's some things you just shouldn't do. I don't want to get into specifics or anything.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
Because thinking about it now, like, what is Cambodian culture that affects us? I mean, I don't know. Obviously, not disappointing parents. That's one thing for sure that I know.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, that's like more generalized to Asian culture, I guess,
Yeah.
but not specifically Cambodian.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but Cambodian culture, I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think. Like that's specific to it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, of course, they had it harder escaping the country
Yeah.
at the time. And I can think the pressure comes from because they had to escape. Obviously, they want us to have a better life.
Yeah, I was gonna say ultimately that's what they want.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's very unfortunate that they lived the lives that they had.
Had to flee. Yeah.
Yeah, had to flee when they were younger. So a lot of they missed out on a lot.
Mhm.
You know.
So yeah, in a way, now that you said that, missing out on a lot, I feel like you think they want to live vicariously through us. I don't know. Probably not. Not so much.
I
Not
don't
for
know.
me, at least. Yeah.
Maybe if we were lawyers and doctors, but
I know, right?
the way we turned out, or the way I turned out, I can't speak for anyone else.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to live vicariously through me.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if we had more money, they would want to go on vacations more.
Oh yeah.
I had another note in here. It was to end this conversation on a lighter note, more positive note, I guess. Do we have any positive, uplifting words for people?
About stress and anxiety.
Just, yeah.
I'd say again, just think things through. Like, try really to genuinely process your emotions. Don't let it get the best of you. And yeah, just be genuine.
Yeah, I had wrote down it's the construct, that social construct that was, I guess, instilled in the past, that I guess for males, if you show your emotions is a sign of weakness. Remember, I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Mm-hmm.
That construct needs to go.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a point in time where I've believed in that for myself.
I didn't either. Yeah,
but yeah, that's very old fashioned, and I think it's more detrimental.
it is. It's not that whenever I had stress, I said earlier, I didn't have anyone to talk to. It was because I felt like if I did tell someone, they would think
You were lesser.
They would think that I'm weak.
Yeah.
I didn't believe that. Like, if somebody would talk to me, I want them to talk to me about something. But
Yeah.
if I had to go talk to other people, I feel like they would think I'm weak.
Yeah.
But yeah, that construct needs to go. It's unhealthy. It is not a sign of weakness. If you need help, go find some help. Obviously, there's services out there, even apps that helps people out now.
Yep.
Sometimes when I am stressed out, I'll just play with an app. Download a game.
Yeah, that too. Video games.
Can I do a honorable mention?
Sure.
Yeah, when everybody was into the fidget spinner craze,
Yeah.
I bought like probably 2 of them and took one of them to work. So like in the back when it's like dead slow or I'm frustrated at somebody, I'll just go in the back and just spin the damn thing for hours and hours and hours until I'm tired of the damn thing and put it on the desk. Hey, well,
Sorry, that was the wrong button. Sorry, Roeun. I meant to push the clap button.
yeah, but yeah, that's how I guess it got me to go through the day.
So keeping your mind off of hobbies.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was originally for, right? The fidget spinners was like, I guess, a stress relief.
yeah.
I guess so. Just obviously, isn't the name fidget? So if you fidget a lot,
Oh yeah, just
is
keep
like-
your mind off.
Yeah, fidget is
Fidgeting.
like a person that probably likes to touch things or like handles a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
yeah. If you have a way to vent out, a safe way to vent, go ahead and find that way and
Yeah.
do so.
Yep.
For me, it's exercise, and
Yeah.
sometimes I draw. Now that I got this new iPad Pro 2012. What year is this? 2018 edition. 2012.
2012.
I'm
Taking it way back.
Yeah, way back. Yeah, I'm trying to get back to my drawing roots, so I got the Apple Pencil and started drawing again.
Yeah. I suck at drawing, but I could definitely see that drawing would help soothe
Yeah.
your anxieties and stress.
You got your ways to vent.
Yeah, video games. I love
Mhm.
video games. Like even playing a stressful video game it alleviates the other stresses. I think
That's a weird thing too. Like, so I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
What was I saying? So if I have if I'm feeling some sort of emotional pain, I'll just say now I've been romantically in pain before.
Mm-hmm.
I would go work out and feel the physical pain, and that takes away everything.
Right. Yeah.
Is that healthy?
Transfer it over.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, yeah.
It's
Everyone's,
not. I'm not drinking anything. So.
I mean, yeah. I think that's a pretty normal way to
Mhm.
deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like I said, like I like to play video games, but yeah, also I like to do exercise and
Yeah.
working out. Like physical activity
Yeah.
definitely help with your mental state, because as much as it is doing physical, like a physical exercise, it also takes a lot of like mental fortitude too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in that way it's like relieving pressure. Oh
Yeah, I hear you say now.
yeah.
Yeah, I started exercising because of stress. Like, I needed a way to vent, or not vent, but like just relieve it. And I think I started after graduating college, 2013. So it's been what, 6 years now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's become a routine. And I think it's been my go-to thing too. Like, if I do feel some sort of stress, work related, personally, I make my way into the gym,
Yeah.
and I just do cardio. Sometimes I do other stuff, and
Yeah. I think
I'm fine afterwards.
yeah, in that way I think because it is a constant,
Mhm.
like that's something you can always turn to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think in general you just need something that's constant in your
Mhm.
life that you can turn to
Yeah.
if you're stressed out about something.
Yeah. And also think of the stresses and maybe anxiety levels or whatever. Think of it as like it's just a hurdle in life, and just know that you can get past it.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is, obviously. We're not experts again. We're just
Yeah, I'm just saying.
how
If
we deal
you
with it.
if you make it through whatever stress,
Mhm.
I think most of the time you'll come out stronger for it.
Yeah. And even in hindsight, like we said earlier, it could be something we could laugh at. Or
Yeah.
could be. But of course, if you do need greater help, go seek it. So, again, we're not experts.
You said that like so many times. man.
We are. I am not.
I
Yeah.
think they got the idea.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted this episode because, I've
Because
obviously,
you kind of go through it.
yeah,
know?
going through it currently before, and we could be going through it again sometime in the future, but who knows?
Yeah.
And talking about it helps a lot.
Yep.
I think that's why I wanted to start this show too, because like I was never the one to really talk a lot in general.
Mm-hmm.
I think doing this is starting to help me elaborate more on my thoughts.
Yeah, me too. How about you, Ricky?
Yeah, same for sure.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about that a lot too, like why
Yeah.
I decided when you asked me
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do the podcast. And yeah, that's definitely a good point to help express your thoughts
Mhm.
and get them out there. Like I feel like now still, like I kind of, I'm not there.
A little
100%.
reserved still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit, but it's a step towards
Mhm.
improving,
Yeah.
And like I said, like improvement is definitely a good way
Yeah.
to alleviate stress.
Yeah. My coworkers, when I told them I'm starting a podcast, they asked me, like, they were really shocked when I told them, because they didn't think, because I'm an introvert and I
Yeah.
show that at work sometimes, and they see that they were surprised that they would see me talking a lot, because they barely hear me string it together a whole paragraph, or, some statements, whatever.
I could have seen you doing this,
Yeah.
but maybe that's just me.
I always wanted to make one, probably like 5 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
but I just didn't know on what content and how I would go about it.
Yeah, I remember you
too.
mentioning here and
Mhm.
there.
Because like I wanted to do a wrestling one a while ago, but I realized I don't watch as much wrestling as someone else would. Surprisingly, because I always talk about it, but
Yeah.
there's other wrestling shows that people watch and they talk about, and I don't watch those other ones.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
And I wanted to do like a storytelling one a while ago too, but then I would have to bust my butt and find people that want to tell stories, and that's like another thing of production that
Mm.
take time, and
Yeah.
I didn't have time at the time to do it.
All
I
right.
hear you.
But yeah, this form is easy, just conversations.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Going back to wrestling real quick though.
Yeah.
Do you think watching wrestling does that alleviate stress for you? Or sometimes does it cause stress because
No,
of whatever's happening
Does
in
not,
wrestling?
it doesn't cause stress. I guess you could say, yeah, it's in a way it relieves it. Of course, if wrestling is a physical, quote unquote, violent TV show, it's not real. I hope people knows that by now. I guess I would say it's kind of comparable to when people play GTA
Mm-hmm.
and they relieve their violent
Oh yeah.
feelings. And I'm not saying I'm violent. It's just seeing people go through physical, doing physical activities and quote unquote physical pain when they hit the mat. I guess that alleviates stress. Again, it's just a TV show, so like following stories and
Yeah.
it does keep my mind off things. Yeah. Video games. I know you play a lot of video games.
Yep.
Are there certain games that alleviate stress for you for sure? Like GTA, if it does.
I'll say like Tetris.
Thinking games, huh?
Yeah. And there's a game called The Binding of Isaac, which I really like.
Is that a strategy?
It's like kind of like the old school like top down Zelda games,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Gotcha.
But it's a roguelike, and I mean it's gonna take a while to explain all that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe I'll show you one day what that game is. It's great though, I love it.
Yeah.
But also I was gonna say also music helps a lot too for me.
too. Me too.
Yeah. Lately, I don't want to cut you off, but lately, for me, it depends which kind of music. Is that the same for you?
Sometimes, you know what? Oh, actually, you know what? I think what, when I'm in a stressful situation, listening to darker music,
Really?
like not upbeat, but just like kind of people also in their sorrows,
Mm-hmm.
like hearing that. I think it alleviates stress, makes me happier. It's kind of weird, right?
I think I can see why.
Yeah.
I was watching Bill Nye, the Science Guy, on an interview. He said that if you are down in the dumps, like I guess I don't know what mood, but he said if you're down, listen to some old country song because their lyrics are more down than what you're feeling, and that would uplift you.
Yeah, I
Is
think
that
that's
the
what
same
it is.
concept? What you're thinking?
Yeah, I think it is. It's like I guess it's like hearing someone that's kind of in a similar mind
not
state
worse.
as you. Yeah. And them being able to talk about it on a record, just
Mhm.
being genuine and open. It'll make you feel better. Or for me anyways, personally. So
Yeah, for me, it's a little different. Like I get what you're saying, and I think I do that sometimes. Like when you go to work out, you have workout music. It pumps you up,
Yeah.
right? I guess lately I've been listening to music that matches my mood.
Yeah, me too.
Well, no, because when I am kind of stressed out, whatnot, I don't listen to anything. Maybe just podcasts, but like hearing people talk about stuff, it kind of keep my mind off of it.
yeah.
But when I'm in a chill mood, I listen to lo-fi kind of music. No words, just instrumentals.
Lo-fi hip hop.
On
That
YouTube,
YouTube.
24/7. Yeah. If I'm, obviously if I'm pumped up, I listen to like wrestling entrance
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's different kind of mood musics, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't listen to much artists, like specific artists anymore like I used to.
Huh.
I just have to listen to something that I'm in the mood for.
Yeah.
Like I even listen to like Backstreet Boys sometimes.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I might go to their concert in July.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I might. I'm not sure yet.
Future podcast guys about the Backstreet Boys concert
Yeah.
from Vila.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's, unless you guys have other final thoughts.
Nope.
I always forget to preface the show like how everybody else does on their shows. So,
We're still learning.
yes, I mean,
Give us a couple episodes. We'll get it together, guys.
yeah, like we mentioned earlier, talking.
We're not experts.
I'm trying to get better at talking.
Yeah, me too.
So this is why I started the show. One of the reasons why. And also just hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So some good reasons.
Yes. It's fun times sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll have a guest here and there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bring your cousin or Uncle Tino on. I know he has a lot to say.
Oh yeah, we gotta find a good topic.
Yeah, for him. So yeah, just to preface the show, I should have said this at the top of the show. Full Timers Podcast is a show that we have candid conversations, and we awkwardly attempt to navigate adulthood or the nuances of adulthood. I gotta get better at delivering that. Yeah, so we awkwardly, because we're awkward guys. I know I am.
Mm-hmm,
Roeun, you're not awkward at all.
No. Oh my. Yeah.
Go ahead.
My boss at work says I'm such a social butterfly.
Yeah, we're all weird in some degrees.
Yeah, weird is good. I mean, weird is, I don't know. It depends on how you say weird.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
quick plugs. We're on social media. Ricky, you found us out last
Oh yeah,
episode.
I did. And it still surprised me when you said that just now too. I forgot.
You still did? Okay.
We are?
So we are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all at Full Timers Pod. That's Full Timers POD. And we also have a website.
That's brand new to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a real simple, silly website. It's just a streaming link to our show. And is that somebody?
No, it's the neighbors.
Yeah, it's just a streaming link of the latest episode and just a quick premise of the show. That's it. So, with that being said, any last words?
Um,
And that,
Don't forget to listen to the Full Timers podcast.
yeah. And follow Roeun at,
Twitter.
which is your handle is?
Roeun at Twitter. We'll put that handle in the description.
And you don't need to follow Ricky because he's not on anywhere. He's a ghost.
you can find me here.
He's the
That's
one.
where you'll
he's the
find
one
me.
You'll find Ricky here in life. If you want to,
In the real world.
if you need
I'm
Ricky,
editing the video. I'm editing the material.
but if you want to contact Ricky because he's so mysterious, you have to go through Roeun first. And Roeun is what, at Roeun Yin on at Twitter?
Twitter.
I am at Vilacron, Vilacron on Twitter, Instagram. And that is it. That's it?
That's it.
I think that's it.
Peace.
Outro.
Bye.